Some would say the past doesn't have to define us. Honestly, it usually does. But that doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing. First of all, thank you guys for joining me for another video. I'm Ann Blackwood, your Silicon Valley Sage Sister, here to bring consciousness to the forefront of your daily life to make life a little kinder and simpler. And I've been doing this gratitude challenge for several days now on Instagram. And in this gratitude challenge, I have been encouraging everybody to really dig deep for the things they have to be grateful for that you wouldn't normally think of when it comes to gratitude and having gratitude for things. And some of the examples that I've been giving is things like me going to Nepal for a month, and I don't throw this word around lightly or say it lightly, was quite frankly pretty much emotionally abused 75% of the time I was there by the people I was there with. Another example is it taking 5 years for me to get a 2-year degree in psychology. When we are willing to open our minds, we can start to recognize that there are actually things we have to be grateful for that didn't work out according to plan because they worked out exactly how they were supposed to. I went on a downward spiral after I got back from Nepal because I had been there for a month with other high schoolers from 2 other schools. I was the only person who didn't go to one of those schools. And they picked on me, like really, really picked on me. Like I was the scapegoat for everything the entire time. And the adults, when they weren't busy picking on me too, and trust me, I've thought a lot about this and wondered if maybe I was just taking things personally, being too sensitive. Even the adults were mean to me unnecessarily, or they just weren't doing anything at all, or they were encouraging the other kids to be mean to me. Oh, it was a fabulous time. And I ended up dropping out of high school. I ended up doing some terrible things between that and finally going back to school. But I'm grateful for all of it because it made me smarter, stronger, healthier in the end. When I finally decided to go back to school, I had my whole 2-year degree done, except for one math class. And honestly, had I not had that hiccup with Nepal, had I not had that hiccup with that one math class, I might have gotten my license in psychology like I had planned. But I'm so glad I didn't, because I always knew I wanted to incorporate spirituality into my counseling practice at some point. And had I gotten a license in psychology, I very well might not have had the opportunity to do that. Had I gotten my license in psychology, I would have been confined to practicing in California. But because I had that 3 years of trying to figure out how to deal with my math class, I found that I could get a certification in life coaching from another college, still be certified to counsel people, add my spiritual practice in there, and be certified to practice wherever, however, as long as I stuck to the counseling guidelines of the life coaching certification when it came to how you counsel people. It opened up so many doors for me. I mean, I never thought that I would be online when it came to my holistic counseling practice. I am so glad that I had it all work out the way it did, because when I first even created any sort of online presence for my holistic counseling practice, I thought I was just going to be trying to attract in-person clients. And then 2 years ago happened. I had no idea when I was starting all of that I was going to want to actually practice my holistic counseling practice online in any way. And now I have a course, which I don't think I'll ever make another one, but the one that I do have is near and dear to my heart, and the basics of the beginnings of what I do with my one-on-one clients. When we are willing to stop and have an open mind, we open so many doors for ourselves that we are otherwise viewing as walls when they're not. We're just not seeing the handle. And I'm never encouraging people to look at bad situations as good situations. That's not what I'm ever wanting people to do. Because a bad situation is a bad situation, but it can lead to something better than you would have had you not wound up in that bad situation. And that is what I help people recognize every day, is that they think something's gone wrong when really it's gone exactly the way it was supposed to, and actually it's gone right. It just didn't go the way you expected it to. But if you're viewing the wall in front of you as something that's blocking you, not recognizing that it's a door, it's a doorway to the path in front of you, you're always going to feel stuck. But when you start to recognize that all it takes is the willingness to get up and walk forward and a little bit of action, and you can make a masterpiece out of a mess. You can make amazing, amazing things out of a life that otherwise seemed miserable. And I am so grateful for everything, every last little thing that has happened in my life. Though sometimes I do go, it would have been nice if that didn't happen. And then I stop myself and go, no, I'm really glad that happened. Because it might have been hard at the time. It could have been easier, but I wouldn't be here exactly as I am now. And man, do I love that. And if you're not in a place where you feel like you can love yourself exactly as you are now, that doesn't mean you can't start right now on what it takes to love yourself exactly as you are tomorrow. And it only takes a little bit. And a mind willing to see that there is a path to that to begin with. Thank you guys for joining me for another video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. I don't remember how many I have open right now, but I do still have one-on-one spots available. So if you'd like to work with me one-on-one to heal, grow, and expand your consciousness, I would love to have you. If you're not quite ready to take that deep dive yet, I also have Patreon, where actually you can work with me once a month through Patreon, or get in on things like my intuitive lifestyle course, my Spirituality 101 and 2.0 series, my meditation series. I have one-off videos like I do here on YouTube, where I get even deeper into the spiritual and the practical and all the things I have journal exercises, guided meditations, all sorts of amazing things. And if you want to get in on my intuitive lifestyle course live round 3 that we are doing right now, all you have to do is sign up for an ascending sanctuary or enlightening tier membership, and we will be doing module 4 and 5 live with Q&As at the end. One is tomorrow, Wednesday, and then we'll be doing module 5 next week. So if you want to join in for those Q&As, gotta get in now, because I don't know when I'll decide to do it again, if I ever do it again. When I was done with round 2, I didn't think I was going to do it again, which is why I put it up on Patreon to begin with. And modules 1, 2, and 3 of round 3 of my intuitive lifestyle course are up and available for you to get started now, so you can ask questions about those. Otherwise, there are a couple other links in the description that I will leave for you to discover and be pleasantly surprised by. May the energies you serve you well, and let's keep making our way through.